Hey everyone, welcome to Meghan and Matt's YouTube channel. I'm Meghan.
And I'm Matt.
And we're here in a different part of our van. And it's also, oh Matt, put on the Christmas lights. Let's do a little Q&A, right?
Yep.
We've gotten a lot of questions over the past few weeks and we're going to answer them right now.
Now, most of these questions came from our Instagram. We put up a question poll a couple weeks ago, and now we are answering them. So for those of you who participated, thank you, and all of your burning questions are now going to be answered today. The first question comes from Melissa Pandika from Instagram, and the question is how we divvy up van chores.
Matt does most of the chores. Matt does most of the nasty chores, I would say. He empties the poop bin.
I empty the pee jug, I empty the gray water, basically anything with bodily fluids or any kind of fluids.
Any kind of fluids, because he does the dishes too. Most of the dishes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Basically, I took on most of the chores because Meghan works full-time, so I'm basically a stay-at-home van dad without any children, and my one responsibility and duty is taking care of the child, which is our van.
You're a daddy.
Anyways.
Wait, there are other chores too.
Which I do all of them. I fill up the water, I fill up the propane, I fill up the gas 90% of the time, I do the driving.
Can I talk?
You supposed to clean the floors, but these floors are looking mighty dirty.
I didn't know this was a roast Meghan Q&A.
This is
Can I talk?
Plot twist. This is an accountability introduction.
I actually am the one who does the bed every night and fixes it every morning. That's something that I do. And I do most of the cooking in the van.
Who cooked dinner last night and made the delicious cookies?
I did half of the dinner and I did half of the cookies.
Yeah,
you had the cookies like right next to each other. They were just gonna
Cookie Monster
smear into each other.
The next one came from Choose the Path You Take, Destiny and Liz. Shout out to you guys. The first question they had, they get 3. We're going to answer all 3 of them because that's what we do here. You ask questions, we answer them. First one is something that we wish we put in the van.
Well, I would have said a heater before the heater got put in.
Yep, so we got the heater.
Mm-hmm. Deck.
Oh, a roof deck would be awesome. We've met a bunch of people on the road who have roof decks, and I'm jealous of all of them. All of them. Every single one.
But with our layout and everything, with the solar panels and stuff like that, it wouldn't have been possible, but it's just something that we think is cool from other people's. We also wish we had put in a pee funnel, which we just did. We kind of make adjustments as we go.
Mm-hmm. The next question from the same people is how to meet up and make friends.
That's a good question. You want to answer
That's
that?
one of our favorite things to do. So the main way that we find friends on the road is Instagram. So we're very active on Instagram all the time, so we meet a lot of people on there, and then when we just see that they're posting stories or pictures in a certain area that we're headed, we'll just send them a DM, and if it works out, it works out.
Right now we're hanging out with Andy and Lauren. They were the actual first people that we started engaging with on social media, and also the first people we've met on the road.
And the last question, I'm going to have to start charging you guys, is the best advice for couples building their first van together.
Don't take it too serious. I know it's a lot of money. Try not to fight if you can.
I think the key, you're going to fight. It's going to be rough. I think the thing is just constant communication and understanding that you probably both have different ways that you want to do things and different approaches to how you do a lot of things, just in general, not even the build related. I think the main thing is patience, compromise, and just kind of prioritizing your relationship. And even if you're upset with the other person, just letting the other person be, and like understanding that it's not like a personal thing that they're doing against you. It's just a really stressful situation, especially when you're doing a DIY build with no experience like we did.
Yeah, let them take a walk, make sure everybody's fed constantly, really control the moods during a build, because that was the most stressful time in our lives.
Yeah, this was a really rough process. There's a lot of people who say they enjoyed the build. We are very transparently
we did not
enjoy the build.
I also think that decision fatigue is a thing, and 2 people don't need to be making a decision. So divvy up the decision making, divvy up the responsibilities, and you should be good. Just don't let the van build get in the way of your relationship.
So the next question comes from MattDog321 on Instagram. He asked if we've ever been to Oregon.
No.
Nope, not yet. we will someday get out there. It does look absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, if you guys watch our vlogs, we've circled the U.S. at least once, but we didn't do any of the coastal states on both ends. So that's what we're doing now. We're hitting all of the East Coast and all of the southern states and all of the West Coasts.
So Johnny, your brother, asks, do you miss your family?
I miss you, Johnny, but like I'm having way more fun out here than I would be if I was at home.
Yeah, I don't miss Connecticut at all. If our family really wants to come out and hang out with us, we're down,
come on by.
But I don't plan on going back to Connecticut anytime soon. Catherine Farrar says, what model van do we have? We have a 2019 Ram ProMaster 2500. It's the 159-inch wheelbase, and it's the non-extended model.
We love it. It's the perfect size.
We also have a full van tour for any of you who haven't checked it out. We will link it in the description below and up here. All right, the next question comes from our friends, the Wanderlust Travel Couple. They said, what would we change about the van? I think our layout is actually like perfect for what we need. There's nothing that we change about the layout. I think the things that I would personally want to change are the gray water situation. Right now we only have a 6-gallon jerry can, and I would like to find a way to dump it without having to take it out of the van.
We would like a bigger freezer. We've been dealing without it, but we also don't feel like we've completely like figured out the whole cooking and eating thing. So I think a bigger freezer would be helpful to like store things for like emergencies. We don't have a lot of emergency meals other than ramen and cereal.
Yeah.
And those aren't healthy.
And then honestly, I think one thing that we changed that's a completely overrated product that everybody has is the Lagoon table.
Lagoon, yeah. I don't think it's really that necessary. It's actually hard to use. I'd rather us figure out like a roll out situation for a table and call it a day, because the Lagoon, it's so expensive. You have to make your own actual table for it, and it just kind of gets in the way, and the fixtures aren't as strong as you would want them to be.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just ours or whatever, but it's like everyone on YouTube makes it look so awesome, but honestly, this thing
overrated.
Lost Renegades. What do we fight about most living in the van? I think that one was hands down personal space.
Personal space, yeah. But we just discovered that we didn't really understand each other's like social needs. So Matt is someone who thrives on social interaction, and it fuels his energy. So the more social interaction he gets, the better. The more he's isolated and cooped up in the van, the more he's like, oh, like irritated, irritable, and he needs to like just get out. Me, I thrive when I have alone time and I'm able to just like decompress, because I feel like I do a lot of output during the day with working, and I expel a lot of energy when I have social interaction. And I don't hate social interaction, but I need to take it in small doses. So when I have a lot of social interaction, I drain out really fast, and then I need to hole up in the van. And we were fighting a lot about, you know, all of that before we realized that that's what we needed, and we needed to like separate and do our own thing so that we can both not be crazy, irritable, and take it out on each other. So personal space.
The next question we get is, what do we do for money? And we have a whole YouTube video about that, so if you guys want to check that one out after we finish this one, we have the whole thing that we'll link up here.
Yep.
But long story short, Megan works a full-time job. I make content full-time, so that's what we do.
Yep.
How do we shower? Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness. Yeah. If we go a long time without showering and we're out in the wilderness and there's no water in sight, we will do like a washcloth situation.
Hits and bits.
We are able to open the second door and then turn our faucet outwards so that we can shower outside. We've only done it twice. I don't think that's the most ideal way for us to shower out in the wilderness.
It's a fun party trick, though.
It is. It's a fun party
trick. So if you
trick.
ever come to a party, we're going to show you our second door and spray you with some water.
You can fly your drone through it. Everyone does.
How do we use the bathroom? We have a composting toilet in our van. We also have a pee funnel. So pee funnel works exactly as you think it might. There's a funnel, there's a tube, and there's a hole in the floor. It goes right to the ground. And then the Nature's Head's great for emergencies. Well, we use it all the time.
We use it all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, but if we're in a public place, we'll just go to that public place. If we go to the grocery store, we'll go there. You know, if we patron somewhere, then we'll make sure we use the bathroom there. And that's when we use our bidets.
Yeah, we have portable bidets from Hello Tushy. They're absolutely incredible. Please sponsor this video, Hello Tushy. This is me talking to you directly. The next question is how much we spend on gas. I made this question up. Nobody asked us this question. So how much we spend on gas completely depends on how much we're driving. So we drove from Arizona to Connecticut in 3 days, and we probably spent about $400 on gas in just that short amount of time. Other times we're stationary, like when we were in New York for a week and a half, we didn't buy gas at all, so we spent nothing over a week. We filled up, I think, once between New Jersey and South Carolina, I want to say, maybe twice.
Mm-hmm.
So that was probably about $120. It's usually about $60 to $70 to fill up our tank fully.
Some people don't travel full time. Some people just live in a van close to like their hometown and things like that. So if you're a traveler, you're gonna spend more money. But if you just hang out, you're not gonna really. That's not gonna be a big expense.
So from Carrie Ty, I'm hoping I pronounced her name right. From YouTube, she commented, "What attracted us most to van life?"
For me, it was the minimalism. So paring down and living within a small space and just like getting closer to myself and less stuff.
For me, it was travel. I grew up in Connecticut and lived there my whole life and did very little travel outside. I've been international a little bit, but aside from that, the furthest west I'd been was Pennsylvania. And, you know, there's just so much to see, and I've always been curious about what the rest of the U.S. has to offer, and I'm blown away that there's some awesome scenery and cultures within the U.S. that I knew very little about. Yeah. And seeing it firsthand was really an incredible experience. I'm very grateful that we live full-time on the road. So comment down below if you guys think I frown a lot. We realized that the shape of my mustache naturally just makes me look like I'm pouting all the time. And Megan says like I'm like a cartoon where you only see the mouth move.
Where it's like the mustache that's just talking.
I have lips.
Yeah. But when he's not like smiling with his eyes, it looks like he's like disgruntled.
Disgruntled. What is our favorite spot that we've been to so far? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Moab. Hands down, Moab was one of the coolest places that we've camped. We were right on top of a canyon. It was just incredible hanging out and caravanning with a bunch of different people who we've met online. Getting to meet them in person was really cool too.
Yep.
Do we regret moving into the van? Not at all.
No.
Not even slightly. I regret that we didn't do it sooner.
I regret sometimes when we fight about stupid things because we're in a small space and we can't get away from each other. But that doesn't make us want to do van life less.
I think I regret this lighting choice. I look really washed out.
That's because you're standing next to me and you're in the lighter side.
I'm in the light with the light and wearing a black shirt. I promise I'm not this pale. This is from all the haters out there. Is how do we deal with paying taxes? I genuinely don't understand this question and why we get so many comments about why people think we don't pay taxes.
We pay taxes.
We pay taxes.
Yeah, I have a W-2 job, and even if we were like making money through gig economy or social media, we would still have to pay taxes.
I don't know.
People are just weird.
Yeah, we get weird comments, but like whatever, we don't really care.
Yeah, we get a lot of comments like, "This is ridiculous. Pay your taxes properly like normal people." I pay a lot of taxes.
Yeah, we pay too many taxes.
Anyways, hope you liked this Q&A. If there are any other questions that we can answer for you guys, please put them in the comments. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe so that we can make money and pay taxes.
So we can pay taxes on the income.